of them. Penman, you fit again. With a hot rhythm, yeah, them have to feature them. You see my friend, whether you're wild or nice, get your back for bed.
Hello everyone, it's Jay Mullings from Written Mirror here. You already know, AKA Wicked Penman. I wanted to come back with part 2 of the drone video, really because I was just broaching the topic we never got to really finish and wrap up, and I wanted to leave it up there for at least a week unbothered so people could take a look at the raw footage, well not the raw footage, the colored footage that I took from Tom's Tech Time and the Moment channel. And again, I'm going to try and keep this quite brief. Let's see how we go. So we have a few things to discuss today. The first one being drone safety. Remember, we're starting from scratch. This is drone school part 2. Drone safety. So in the UK, and I'm sure it's the same thing in the US and Canada, for instance, and maybe most European countries, it's become mandatory to register your drones if they're above 250 grams. I think everyone has started to become aware of that because of the new DJI Mavic Mini that got released. And I didn't want to say where the different footage came from in the previous video, but now I can say that the drones that were on display were the Mavic Mini, the Spark, the Mavic Pro, and the DJI Phantom 4. Those were the 4 drones that most of that footage was taken from. I'm going to have another video today with more drone footage. Again, I'll color the video myself. What I felt and thought when I saw, and anyway, we can talk about the quality and the image, so on and so. Let's get into what we're here to do. I want to try and keep this quite brief. So the drone safety has kind of been married to registration, and I think there are a number of reasons for doing it. Number one of which is the drone industry itself is dominated by China, and therefore there's not a lot of taxes being generated from this activity. So I think that's their way of getting involved in this drone. Too much money is passing through these countries without it being taxable. They had to find a way to squeeze somewhere, and the way to do it was under the guise of registration and safety, which you can't really complain about that. As long as you're not up to anything nefarious, you should have no problem registering your drone if it's above 250 grams. Like, you're not that important. No one's spying on. It's not going to end up in anything harmful, hopefully. Another thing was, especially in the UK, was, I don't know if anyone remembers when Gatwick was forced to ground some of its flights because of this people were flying drones too close to the airport. That cost quite a bit of money, and as you can imagine, shareholders wouldn't have been best pleased with that, so they had to make sure that there was a way this wouldn't happen again. I'm thinking that a lot of this government initiative to get everyone to register and take these tests and pay this money, I feel like some of that has something to do with making sure that never happens again, because it lost them quite a bit of money. That being said, I literally did my test earlier on today. You have the choice of doing some reading. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't read anything. I got 19 out of 20. What's that? 95%? I'm sure it's 95%. I'm just messing around. But anyway, it was easy enough. I can't obviously give you any answers and tell you which one is which, because I'm guessing they randomize the questions, much like a driving theory test really. If you get above 16, you pass. The only reason I didn't get 20 out of 20, one of the questions was worded badly in my opinion, so it gave you like these suggestive answers, none of which was really making sense, so I just did the best I could with the situation. But anyway, so I did that, paid my £9 fee, and now I'm registered. So if I want to own a drone, which I don't yet, and I don't even want to get started on DJI. I've got beef with DJI. There you go, I've said it. And I may or may not go down the route of sharing exactly what happened in great detail, including recordings, emails, and the whole 9 yards. It's been an ordeal, but I'd rather not have to do that. So staying positive here and staying with what we're talking about. You pay your £9 fee. They give you a number which you must display on any drones you own. You can register as someone who owns a drone. So for instance, if it's a child under 18, they can operate the drone, but they can't be registered as the owner, keeper, operator, because obviously they're underage. I'm guessing again this is for legal issues in case they need to sue somebody, or they got to imprison someone. It's not going to be a child, so I guess that's what that's about. Or because they know that people would be smart enough to then register their children as the keeper of their drones. People find ways to get around things and do stuff all the time. So, but yeah, you can register and not be the person that flies the drone, but you're responsible for it, and that number has to be displayed. Otherwise, it's one of those things where they can either EMP and kill your device out of the sky, or they can take it and trash it. The government can also, they have special powers now where they can search your house if they believe you're in possession of a drone, which I think is a bit of overkill, because I'm like, you never know what people might. To be honest, I think it's a power grab. I don't think there's any, because then you can see how quite quickly this could become people searching people's homes, police searching people's homes under suspicion of finding a drone, but then I guess they have to have a warrant to say that they're there for that and only. I don't know. But yeah, I felt that was a bit of overkill. If they have suspicion that you have it, then all they have to do is catch you with it. And if they don't catch you with it, what's the problem? But anyway, you can fly a drone from 250 grams all the way up to 20 kilos. I really want to see a 20 kilo drone. I want to know what that looks like. So yeah, you're covered. Again, if you bought the Mavic Mini, or you're thinking of getting the Mavic Mini, you don't have to register it. So this doesn't apply to you. Be careful, because I think if you were to try and put a polarizing filter on the camera, I believe that then the weight of those filters is like 1 gram or 2 grams. It then puts you over the limit. Well, I don't know if they'll go as far as force you to land your drone and then put it on a scale to see if it's under 250 grams or not, but you never can tell. So do be careful with all of this stuff. There's these drone apps that tell you where you can and can't fly. Again, that goes with kind of safety, registration, and all the rest of it. Again, I think it's about being able to locate people and sue people, or take them to court if they transgress that. And if I'm honest, I don't think the DJI drone, the Mavic Mini, is very good. I don't think it's good at all. Battery life, great, sure. The way it's easy to fly, sure, fine. But number one, it's slow. Number two, the raw footage that I've seen, because remember, I've graded all of these different types of drone footage now, so I've been able to see all of them. It's so noisy, and you can't customize your ISO settings. And for people that don't know much about film, basically, you can't tell the camera how much light to let in, which means that unless it's perfectly lit, you're going to have some issues with noise. And unless you have dedicated denoising software in your post-production workflow, so when you're editing it, unless you have a software that can clean up that noise, you're going to end up with footage that looks okay but could look better. So there is that, and I think that's not worth having a light drone for. I'm sorry, I just don't see the point. You're going to want to shoot 4K, but I don't think it doesn't shoot 4K. It shoots 2.7K, which is no man's land. What the hell are you doing with that? It's not good enough. It's cheap, and it's cheap for a reason, and all it is for people that I guess have an issue with registering their drones, which again, I understand that it's a tax, but I'd rather pay £9 and fly a better drone than not pay £9 and have something that's not cinematic at all, which is what the Mavic Mini is. It's just not very good, and that was not the drone that I ordered from DJI, so I'm not bashing the drone for no reason, I should say. I just think, if I'm going for anything, it would be either the Mavic Pro 2 or the Mavic Zoom. I'm not looking at anything else. The Skydio 2. So Skydio is they're one of the smaller players in the market, and they're an American company, and they're coming out with a drone called the Skydio. Well, it's already out, the Skydio 2. I'm sure they've delivered their first batch. The second batch comes out sometime next year. I couldn't wait as long as it's the best autonomous drone as far as I can tell, and it's the safest and it's the most versatile. But again, I can't be waiting until next year March for something that I'd have to pay. You'd have to pay a deposit now of $100 and then wait for it. They should have found a way to make that process a whole lot smoother. And I get, because they're manufacturing each one from their headquarters and it's special, I get it. But yeah, that's a 4-month wait, because you're not getting it until the second quarter. Oh, sorry, that date is gone. You'd have to have ordered it the end of October. So I don't even know when, if you order it now, I don't even know when you're getting it. And they do it in terms of order number. So yeah, that's I'm Jay Mullings from Written Mirror. And thank you for watching Drone Class 2. Again, please subscribe and support the channel if you can. I'm out.